Welcome back to the studio. We are joined on your weekend edition of Summit Sunrise by our good friend Doyle Richmond. How are you doing today, Doyle?
Good.
And we have a very special guest in the audience, in the studio as well. This is Chanel. How are you doing today, Chanel? Good. Thanks so much for joining us. And we understand you just got back from Texas, and you were out at summer vacation. You're getting ready to start school. So, like a lot of kids here in Summit County, and I'm sure Doyle, you probably run into that as well. You're getting the kids ready for school, and
yeah, she's gonna be. What are you gonna be this year?
Kindergarten.
she's going into kindergarten.
In which school?
Summit Cove Elementary.
Summit Cove Elementary. That is so exciting. We're very excited, and there's a lot going on here for all the kids here in Summit County, as I'm sure you're well aware, and you probably run into some of your clients. Probably have a lot of the kids on the mind, trying to get into school districts and trying to get a feel for all that kind of stuff too.
Well, yeah, this past week, all the elementary schools had their ice cream social, so they got to see their schools, their classes, their teachers, their friends. You know, as you said, everyone's been kind of traveling around and doing different things. Normally we don't like to leave here during summer since it's so nice, but the two little ones, her and her brother, decided to do a world tour, 3 weeks through Texas, all over the part, seeing family and friends from her mom's side.
That must have been a great escape from the haze and the smoke up here in the mountains for a little while.
Yeah, for a little bit, but it's always good to be back. Like you said, there's so many different things to do. I mean, there's boating here, there's biking, there's you can go up to Breckenridge and have a little thrill ride on the Alpine slide. Whatever it is that you want to do activity-wise, golf if you're big golfers, tennis. Obviously hiking galore. So yeah, it's she's had a big full summer. I think she's excited to go back to school, and she's there. She's the big sister for her brother, so she's happy.
And I'm a little sister for my big sister.
Oh, okay. You're the little sister for your big sister too.
It's so many words, the middle child.
Yeah. That's awesome. That's so cool. And there are I'm just kind of floored by all the things that go on for so many for the young people like Chanel here, and as well. And I'm going to just point out, you guys matched today. Which is just
that was
amazing.
interesting because we got dressed at separate times, obviously.
Yeah.
And her mom was getting her dressed. I had no idea, but when we ran out the door, we were
matched and ready to go.
Matched and ready to go. So
I thought you must have had a wardrobe person come set you guys up.
She's a little fashion diva, I think.
Absolutely. That's perfect. That's exactly what you want going into kindergarten. You just need to know the latest trends and all that good stuff as well. So we'll talk real quick about the website.
Yeah.
You can go to doylerichmond.com and you can take a look at I think we have some photos on the website we can take a look at. But
I think I don't know if they're going to go to the website, if they're going to show the different areas, but there's the website. So it's doylerichmond.com. It's just my name, and Richmond's like Richmond, Virginia, and you can do a quick search on the right and look for anything you want, and you could scroll down to the bottom, and we got a bunch of featured properties. Dave and I typically have about 50 listings that are our listings. We think we have some spectacular listings, but obviously there's a number of other good realtors that have great listings too. And job for us, working with buyers is to bring them through the different areas. As they're scrolling through here, you can see all the different price ranges. I think the thing that always stands out to me when I'm looking at these graphs as they go through them is that, wow, you can be in a resort like Keystone, and you can be quote unquote walking distance to the ski slopes in the $100,000 range. I mean, that's just tremendous. Of course, there's $1 million type properties. Single family homes. Dave and I are about to close on one here this next week, thanks to another good realtor that brought us an offer. And this time of the year is historically very, very busy. Summer and fall leading into winter, and this year has been a big improvement over last year. So I think all of us are very hopeful that the market is finally making the turn for us up here in the real estate market. And from a positive standpoint, it did have a correction, but it didn't drop at some drastic amount. So great time for buyers. There's always a reason why sellers are selling. A lot of times our sellers are selling to buy a bigger property, and or their family has grown and gone to different parts of the country, and they're downsizing. So there's always a reason why someone's putting a property on the market. But from a positive standpoint, our sellers aren't desperate. But from a positive standpoint for the buyers, there's some great deals.
So there's never really a bad time to move to Summit County, in my opinion.
Well, whether you move or vacation, so many people, it's a secondary home in the resorts, in Breckenridge, Keystone, Frisco. I mean, all of the areas are resorts, but you can use the ski resorts. A lot of times people like to be in those areas. So that it's a fabulous time to pick up a secondary home, or as you said, a lot of times it is a primary. Some people have said, I've been in Chicago enough years, or LA, or New York, just to use some big cities there, Dallas. And
as Chanel knows, Dallas.
And it's time for us to have some a beautiful place and some R&R.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you are looking to get into the real estate game, or you're looking for a second home, or any other stuff like that, you can always talk to Doyle and his folks over at the Real Estate Group, and they'll take very good care of you. I'm sure you have a very full schedule for Chanel today, escorting her around to all her various other press engagements today.
I think she's she just got back here this weekend, so we just had a great Friday, Saturday, and we'll have a good Saturday. And
need to recharge the batteries a little bit.
Yeah, recharge the batteries, have some family time. We had a good family dinner last night, and maybe go to the Dillon Amphitheater and go see some free music.
Sounds great. All right. Doyle, thanks so much for joining us, and Chanel, thanks for joining us as well. We're going to take a quick break here on Summit Sunrise, and we'll be right back with a little bit more, so stick around.